Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and I have a player for you guys to meet today. His name is Cam Allen. He is a safety out of Purdue. Nice to have you, sir.
Thank you for having me, Jimmy.
So yeah, part of pretty good secondary there at Purdue. Very well established there, veteran leader, amongst your peers. But go ahead and get started, man. Tell us where you're from and introduce yourself.
I'm from a small town, Bluefield, Virginia. High school was called Graham High School. We only had about I say like 400 to 450 kids in the whole school. So I mean, yeah, like I said, it's a small area where I live in. Everybody knows each other. It's just that small town vibe. And everybody goes out to the games on Fridays, and yeah, so like that. I'm a small town kid and just embrace every opportunity that I can.
Yeah, I am somewhat familiar with Bluefield. I have driven through it. I've got family in the area, so there is not much in the area if we're being real. So, I
Race.
mean, it's basically, hey, there's a Walmart. That's great, but there's not much else there. But anyhow, Cam, let's kind of talk a little bit about your history there at the beginning. How long have you played football?
Yeah, so shoot, really since I was 4 years old, I mean, I done played every sport. My dad has coached me in every sport since I was 4 years old. I played football, baseball, basketball, soccer. Just really growing up and just every season that I go to, I'm playing a sport. So yeah, since 4 years old, dad had me in them pads hitting early.
Cool. And I do have in my notes you did play a couple other sports while you were at Graham High School there in Bluefield, basketball, baseball. Talk about you and your time in high school. Any memories that you have that you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, the number one memory is definitely, definitely getting to that state championship game and, just winning it with all those guys I had around me. Like keep saying, a small town. So, we take things like that very, very serious. And once you do that for the community, just the community embraces you up much more. And it's really fun, just to come back home with that trophy. So I'd say that's the number one memory I have of, just being in high school.
Yeah, and really in a small town, when there's not much to do, people are going to go come watch you, especially if you're winning, and especially if you're in the running for a state championship, which you guys were able to lock down, which is awesome.
It was a
Um,
great.
Cam, I also have in my notes back in the day, you also played some quarterback as well as defensive back there. How do you feel your experience as a quarterback helps you as a defensive player?
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, back in high school, shoot. Like you said, quarterback, I had 61 touchdowns. That's third most in Virginia history in a single season. I feel like I got to throw that out there. But
Hey,
yeah, but yeah, I feel like just being on the offensive side of the ball, quarterback especially. I just feel like it helps me on the defense side of the ball. Just knowing where the quarterback wants to go with the ball, what kind of formations and stuff that comes out of those certain formations. I feel like it definitely ups my IQ and just being able to what I like to do is just get around the ball. So I mean, that's definitely helped me in all those areas.
So, I'm kind of curious though. I mean, you have a guy who, like you said, I mean, you have this record in touchdowns in high school as an offensive player, but you end up as a safety at Purdue. Um, how was the recruiting for you? I mean, was anybody trying to? Was it always going to be defensive back? Were people trying to figure out where to place you? Quarterback, wide receiver? What was the recruiting like?
Nah, yeah, just really, I mean, my head coach from high school, Tony Palmer, he's definitely the one. Me growing up my whole life, I always wanted to be a quarterback. I mean, who doesn't want to play NFL quarterback? But yeah, just growing up and being more realistic about things, and what would be the best chances for me to go on and be successful in college football. My head coach, definitely told me playing DB would definitely be the most chance I would have to get to the NFL, and I agree with him. But like you said, the recruiting process, yeah, all my offers were mainly for defensive back, and I feel like my very first offer was for quarterback and defensive back, Virginia. they said I got offered for quarterback, but I feel like that was just, so they could get me there on the defensive side of the ball.
And you never know. I mean, people have their recruiting, tactics that they try to execute when they're trying to land, players. So I don't know, man. I think it could have been possible for you to play quarterback at some level of play, FCS perhaps. I mean, who knows? But it was Purdue that gave you the opportunity. So talk about Purdue and really why it's so special for you.
Yeah, so going back to the recruiting process, I always told myself that, the biggest school or the most prestigious school that had offered me, I was definitely going to take it. So I had like about 15, 14 offers in high school, and Purdue was the best one, being in the Big Ten. They got um, one. Some people would say the best conference in the nation, but just Big Ten ball. That's where I wanted to be, and yeah, just one of the old coaches that used to be at Purdue. He's at Penn State now, Anthony Poindexter. He's actually from Virginia, so him and Derek Jackson had came down to the school, and like I said, I mean, I was taking the best offer because I felt like I could play anywhere in the country, so that was the best one, so I took it.
So let's go ahead and talk about y'all's defense. Again, like you said, I mean, you guys are playing up against some of the best talent in the country. And you have a pretty solid secondary. The guy playing opposite you there in the safety spot in Sanusi Kane, really awesome player in his own right. But talk about how you guys were able to gel and make things happen there in that secondary.
Yeah, so shoot, me and Sanusi, we done played since because he was a year below me. So I mean, my sophomore year, he came in, and then shoot, right when he came in, I knew once we got to be the vet guys, I knew it was gonna be me and him that would lead things. I mean, well, I feel like that's a great combination of just my ball skills and being able to get around the ball anytime it's in the air and just go down and tackle. And then you got Sanusi who was on the boundary side, and he just sure he can even get to the ball too, and he gonna make the ball come out big hitter. So I mean, you put both of us together, I feel like it was very dangerous.
Yeah, and really, when we look at you as a prospect, I do feel like there is a lot that you bring to the table. We're looking at a guy with some solid size, as well as a good overall experience there at both safety positions, also at nickel. Our own scouts at the Hula Bowl, we try to do a deep dive on you as well, just to check in on you and see what we had in you. And some of the good things that they had to say about you is that. He exhibits really good football intelligence, um, good in man, solid in zone, solid versus the run, and a good special teams player. How would you respond to some of those comments?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say that's all about right. Just I feel like, well, first of all, thank you to those guys, who said that. But yeah, I mean, my senior year was kind of a little different for me. It was like a whole new scheme. For like because we had Coach Walters from Illinois come in for our new head coach, and he has his own defensive scheme and stuff like that. So I mean, the first 4 years it was like a base cover four and stuff like that, which where I feel like I could show my IQ a little bit more, read stuff a little bit more. But my last season we were playing man to man coverage about 90% of the game, and my job was to guard or lock on the slots the whole game and just follow him wherever he goes. So that definitely gave me the option, to increase my man to man skills and show scouts what I can do there. But yeah, if you just go, I feel like if you go 5 years of worth my tape, I mean, it's a whole bunch of different stuff that I can do, and I do it very effectively.
Yeah, I mean, very solid veteran who has a lot of great starts. Many starts. In one of the upper levels of competition, of course.
So
I did also mention, of course, some solid size. Just kind of wondering, Cam, how big are you these days, man? Give me your height and weight.
yeah, right. At the combine, or not the combine, pro day, they had see that's how I wish I was at the combine. I said combine, but
All
yeah,
good.
pro day they had me at I was a little bit over 6'1", and then I was weighed in at 200 pounds. So I mean during the season I feel like I was playing at like 194, 195, stuff like that. I had actually got sick in the middle of the season with the stomach flu, and I had lost like 10 pounds. So I mean, I weighed in one day at like 180, 5 or something like
Mm.
that during the middle of the season because of the stomach flu. But yeah, just overall, that's what I've been working on the most. Making sure that my body is up to par and looks the way that the scouts want you to look. But yeah, overall, I feel good. I mean, like you said, I played in a lot of games. I ain't never missed no game due to no injury. I've never missed no practice, anything like that. Honestly, I've never missed an opportunity to go out there and play football because I love it so much. So yeah, I feel like keeping the body right is the most biggest thing for that. And yeah, right now, like you said, I'm 6'1", 200. During training, I got all the way up to 208. So I mean, that's the highest I've ever weighed. It was probably them creatine shakes they was feeding us.
Well, I mean, dude, I don't know, man. If you get heavier than that, people are gonna, start talking linebacker. But of course, at your size, 6'1", 200 is a very solid size. Obviously, what that means is we can, utilize you in a whole lot of different packages.
Yeah,
And dude, let's be real. I mean, really, you're gonna come out the gate at the next level as a special teams player.
most definitely.
So. Just kind of want to get your attitude and really approach towards special teams overall.
Oh, yeah, special teams to me, special teams win ball games. I mean, that's the first play of the game. I mean, there's your chance right there, to set the tone early. Special teams can definitely flip the field. That's what we were always taught, field advantage. I mean, that's big and to win games nowadays is special teams flipping the field. So I mean, my attitude towards that is, it's going to you got to do special teams to win ball games, and if you got the right 11 guys on the field who want to go down full speed, race to the ball, and just put a hat on the ball, that's definitely a guy like me. And sure, I mean, later in my years, you didn't see me as much on special teams because, like I said, we were playing a lot of man to man, and that takes a lot of running. And so, I mean, they try to limit me a little bit on the special teams, but I was always on kickoff. And early in my years, I played every single special team. So, and like you said, I have very high IQ about stuff like that. So I'm just a smart guy, and know how to avoid blocks. And even if I am on the blocking team, I know how to set up the defender, so he can get a escape.
Well, I mean, certainly an added bonus, getting something like that, from you, a guy who, obviously, can stay in his lane and get to the, ball carrier
Mhm.
on special teams. Just curious, I mean, have you looked into the special team stuff, right? Lately that the NFL is trying to, implement this upcoming season. I mean, with the kickoff rules being kind of tweaked.
Now, yeah, I mean, I haven't really did know like too much. I definitely heard about the new kickoff rule. What is it again? It's like they're gonna be like lined up 5 yards away from the other team or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the both teams are kind of closer, a little closer to one another, giving more space. So for the returner, but also limiting the
More
impact
speed.
of the guys
Yeah,
that are running like at each other. So it is kind of interesting. It's certainly worth looking into, especially for guys like yourself trying to get to the next level because that might be where you make it, dude.
oh, yeah,
So,
most definitely sure. Well, sure. Whatever the rule is, I mean, just don't try to run that ball on my side because it's gonna get down regardless,
hey,
no matter what the
definitely.
rule is.
A lot of great, games there for you at Purdue. Can you maybe perhaps share your biggest highlight or favorite memory of your time for the Boilermakers?
Yeah, I'd say really just in a whole, like the whole year, the year that we had went to the Big Ten championship. That was the year that we had beat Iowa. I feel like Iowa is me personally my favorite game. They were number 2 in the country, and I came out that game with 2 interceptions. Big Ten Player of the Week that game. I mean, shoot, it was a great time. We played Michigan State that year. We got them at home. We had a lot of great NFL talent on that team that year, and I feel like that was just overall the best season. And my favorite memory just to be with those guys and to play with those guys and know what it was like.
So, what's Purdue football going to look like in the coming seasons, man? I mean, we have a whole lot of guys who are moving on to the pros. Like, who's coming up in that program that we really need to know?
Yeah, sure. Right now I'm in West Lafayette. This is where my girlfriend is from. So I mean, sure, I'm 3 minutes away from the facility. Still, I go there go there every day, see all the coaches, all the players, and work out and stuff like that. So I mean, they're in spring ball right now, so I'll be going out to their spring practice and watching them. But I mean, for sure, the number one guy. I mean, shoot, I feel like scouts in the NFL already got his name. They already looking at Dylan Thieneman. He played safety for us last year. He played the deep, like, cover one safety for us. I mean, that kid, he's just a true freshman last year. He ended the season with 6 interceptions, over like he's had over at least 70 plus tackles. I mean, he was a true freshman All American this year. So I mean, anytime you ask about Purdue, I feel like that's a name that's going to come up. But I mean, you know how the thing with the transfer portal and all that stuff is. I've seen that they gotten a couple guys from Georgia who come in, and a couple other DBs that's came in. So I mean, overall, they're definitely. I feel like they're going to be smooth. It's just that schedule that they got this year is a little brutal again.
Well, hey,
Purdue always been hard.
y'all should be used to that schedule by now being in the Big Ten. So I mean, it is what it is, and you guys are going to go out there and compete and certainly win some ball games. So
Yeah, it's gonna be
um,
fun.
great, appreciate you talking up your guy there. For
Yeah,
Purdue. Obviously, you yourself, finished up your time there at Purdue and ended up going to the Tropical Bowl after your time there. So, talk about your time at the Tropical Bowl in Florida and any any memories that you can share or highlights from that week.
yeah, the tropical bowl was definitely a great opportunity for me, just to go out there and just get my face in front of some of the coaches and the scouts that were there, just to let them see how I work, and in practice type environments. I feel like that was the biggest thing for me. Me personally, I felt like out of the whole safety group, I just looked the part and just moved the part. Felt like I know you work for the hula, but I feel like it definitely I could have went up a step or two from there. But I mean, like I said, it was definitely a great experience, and just like I said, my uh getting my body and my movement in front of those coaches and getting to be able to talk with them face to face.
Perhaps, obviously, one of the better talents at the Tropical Bowl this season. And
Right.
bro, let's face it, Tropical Bowl's actually been doing pretty well for themselves.
Hmm.
Actually getting a few guys drafted, every year, which is kind of interesting. People look down on these bowl games, man, but there's always some guy who's he's a star coming out of there.
Yeah, like I said, shoot. Like I said, all you need is an opportunity, man. And shoot, God blessed me with that tropical bowl opportunity, and so I just felt like I had to make the most out of it.
Well, definitely made the most out of that. Also did fairly well at your pro day. So, talk to me about your pro day and really how you felt you did overall.
Yeah, really, honestly, going into the day, I mean, for stuff like this, I don't never really get nervous or nothing like that. I'm just going out there showing the coaches what I've always done, like I said, since I was 4. So, I mean, I feel like the biggest pluses for me that I checked off was definitely my 3 cone and my shuttle drill. My 3 cone was 678, and shuttle was 4.08 or 7. I mean, you know how that goes. Some people have different numbers and stuff like
I
that.
got you.
But yeah, I feel like those are very great times, and sure, I feel like that shows my explosiveness, uh, just to be able to get to the ball and stuff like that, and just yeah, to add that all that in with the IQ and stuff like that. Just overall great day. But yeah, I'm coming. The 40, I'm gonna run again at the Colts local pro day. That would be the only drill that I would do at just 40 wise. Cause shoot, during training I was running 4.4s the whole time, and got the pro day I ran 4.5 something. So it'd be all
Yeah.
right though.
Well,
Like I
I
said,
mean,
I'm a ball player. I ain't worried about that.
some of these numbers, obviously, you can debate.
Right.
It
Like,
all
that's
depends on whose fingers a little faster, who's
like
like
a arthritis in the finger or something like
yeah, yeah.
that.
So, but there are some numbers that really, you can't really fudge if we're being real. I mean, what is
Oh,
it?
yeah, I tried to, I had tried
15 reps on the bench is fair. Obviously, you can always get better, but I mean, that's a solid number. Broad jump was about 10-3, which
yep.
was good. That's something obviously just kind of, shows your explosiveness, which is cool. So, uh, fairly good overall, but
No, yeah,
certainly room for improvement, which is hopefully what you'll be able to showcase at the Colts local day. So,
yes, sir, most
um,
definitely.
Cool. So, I do want to take a brief moment, really, just to see if there's anything else about this Cam Allen guy that we really need to know. Maybe perhaps meet the guy under the helmet. Is there anything else about you that you want to share, whether it be hobbies, interests, other things in life going on for you right now, man? Talk to me about you.
Well, like I said earlier, my whole life has been evolved around sports. My dad, he loves sports. He done coached me in everything I did. So I mean, every day I wake up thinking about a sport. Shoot, I'm right now. I'm thinking about the Purdue basketball game, the Final Four that's going on. I hope them. I know a couple of them boys. I hope they get it done. But yeah, just shoot me. Get my work in right now. Just get my work in at the facility. Come back home. I got a beautiful girlfriend. Her name Maddie, and we got a little Yorkie poo like a year ago, and he really taught me the definition of love right there. So just hanging out with them two all day and just loving life right now.
So I definitely got to give a shout out to the basketball team, doing very well right now. Um, Let me see if I could ask a couple quick questions for you. Maybe hopefully get something else out of you other than a great football player. So um, let's see. What is in your playlist before a game? What are you listening to? Is there a particular artist or genre or something that you like to listen to just to get your mind right?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like there's a mix of genres sometimes. Sometimes I want to hear a little. Definitely all the rap people. My favorite artist is right now is Babyface E. It's always been Lil Durk, Lil Baby. Of course, those always gonna be in my playlist. But sometimes I like to listen to stuff that's gonna feel like get me in that zone a little bit more, where they're not rapping and they're just like really hitting your heart with the words sometimes about different stuff, and just really get me motivated to go into the game. So yeah.
Well, I find it funny, coming from a guy who's from like the Bluefield area, be surrounded by a whole bunch of hillbillies.
Oh
So,
yeah.
I,
Some
you
people
know,
people think there's country, and some people think I don't know country. But sure, you turn on any tune, I guarantee I heard it, and sure, I
I'm
probably hummed along to it a little bit.
I'm pretty sure you did once upon a time. Um, a couple other things. I'm just trying to see if there's any other questions I can ask you. Favorite football movie?
Mm, favorite football movie? I'd have to say Greater. Greater. It was on Netflix a little bit. It's about a walk on. He went to Arkansas, and it's just his whole journey. That one, that might have brought a tear out maybe whenever I watched it. I haven't watched it in a long time, but yeah, definitely. I'd say before the draft, I'll watch it again.
Gotcha. And is there perhaps a celebrity that you would love an opportunity to meet someday, whether it be, an actor, musician, or athlete?
um, I mean, for me personally, I don't. I mean, it would be great meeting a couple of these people, but like I'm never like the type of person to like fan over or anything like that because I see myself as somebody who's gonna be one of those people famous in the NFL here in the near future. So I mean, um, but yeah, I mean, I'd say honestly, talking about movies like we were Denzel Washington, I definitely would want to meet him, and that'd be like one of the most famous people that I would want to meet.
Cool. Yeah, dude, I had no idea where you were going to go with that. I thought maybe perhaps you may have already met a lot of, famous people. I mean, I would imagine maybe, Drew Brees is on the sideline at some
Yeah,
point.
he coached us. Drew Brees coached us during the when we played LSU in the Citrus Bowl game. So I
But
mean, yeah, I know Drew. I got his autograph, and I talked to him a little bit here and there. So I mean, yeah.
That's awesome. Hopefully, you could help me get his autograph. That would be great. But
I,
Cam, this has been cool. Just kind of chit and chatting with you about other things, and obviously sharing your journey with the world. But we do need to wrap up our time. Um, Obviously there are some scouts that have been following you, that have seen your games, gone to your games, gone to your pro day, and so for those that perhaps have or have not seen you, tell them why they need to give you an opportunity in the NFL. Go ahead and close us with your pitch and just your final thought.
yeah, for the ones who haven't seen my tape and stuff like that, I just want them to know that Every day I go into work, and the numbers speak for itself. I mean, I'm a true ball hawk. I'm no matter wherever the ball is, I'm going to be around the ball. Uh, just a true guy who loves football and wants to do everything he can to make his team better. Like I said, no matter what it is, special teams, shoot, getting somebody some water on the bench or something like that. But yeah, I definitely want people to know I'm a ball hawk. I mean, like I said, the numbers can tell you that. Tied second all time in Purdue history with 13 interceptions, and so I mean, I feel like that's a big thing. It shows how much I get to the ball, and just uh, since my true freshman year, I played 11 games my true freshman year, so I'm a very experienced guy. And so a lot of production is on the field whenever you watch my tape. So I mean, that's what everybody wants is production, and you can get that with me.
Yeah, I mean, good veteran, production is there, uh, you know, quality football intelligence, some versatility, really adding a lot to a team who does take an opportunity, take a chance on you. So, Cam, want to wish you all the best, and you take care of yourself. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Jimmy.
Sure. Once again, I have with me Cam Allen. He's a safety out of Purdue. Check him out.